Hey everybody, it's time for the York Train Show report coming up right now on Eric's Trains. All right, so it's that time of year again, time for the fall TCA York Train Show. York is kind of the Comic-Con of train shows, if you will. And it's something that if you're in the hobby, you need to do at least once, if not every year. I try to go every year. Now, normally in previous years when I've gone, I haven't really shot a lot of video because I've been sort of like, well, I want to enjoy the convention and not worry about shooting a bunch of video. But this year I decided to shoot video. And so I've got quite a lot to show you. So without further ado, here is the 2023 Fall York Train Show. All right, so it is Thursday morning here in York, Pennsylvania. It's a gorgeous day, clear skies, and right now it's about 45 degrees. So we got into York yesterday on Wednesday, and that was a really long day. So our flight was at 8:10 a.m., which meant in Atlanta, where I live, we had to get up at 3:45 in order to get dressed, get showered, get down to the airport, get through security, and get our flight. And so on Tuesday night, we were like, well, we'll go to bed early, and that way we won't be so tired when we have to get up at 3:45. But the thing is, we're not used to going to bed early, and so we tried, and we just couldn't get to sleep. And so I don't know about Lisa, but I couldn't get to sleep until a little bit after midnight. And then we got up at 3:45, caught the Uber down to the airport at 5, got to the airport about 5:45, 6. Now, once we were at the concourse and waiting for our flight, we wanted to get some breakfast because we were kind of hungry. And we actually ended up going to P.F. Chang's for breakfast. You know, they got a bunch of restaurants. They're all open at 6 in the morning for breakfast. And even if they're not a breakfast place, they serve breakfast. So yeah, we went to P.F. Chang's for breakfast. And I had this thing called Mongolian beef hash that was amazing. I mean, it's a Mongolian beef breakfast hash with eggs and potatoes and peppers and onions. And it was amazing. If you're ever at the Atlanta airport or any P.F. Chang's where they're open at 6 in the morning and serving breakfast, try the Mongolian beef hash. Anyway, so we caught our flight. It was a nice smooth flight into Baltimore. And then in Baltimore, we rented a car and made the drive up here to York. Baltimore is about an hour south of York, so it's a nice, easy drive. And so we got into York at about 12:30 in the afternoon. Our hotel room wasn't ready yet, so we went over to Walmart to get some drinks and snacks for the room, stuff like that. We got back to the hotel around 2:30. By that time, the room was ready, and we checked in. And so we were really tired at this point, so we ended up eating dinner at about 4:30 or 5 o'clock. We were like a couple of senior citizens at the Early Bird. We ate dinner at the Round the Clock Diner, which is right across the street from the hotel. Actually, we can see it from the hotel window. And that is by far our favorite place to eat in York. It's a diner, so they've got just tons of different things you can eat. And I think last year when we were here, we ate there, four or five times. So yeah, it's definitely our favorite place to eat here in York. In fact, we're going to go there for breakfast in just a few minutes. Now, last night on Wednesday night, the TCA did this sort of pre-party, pre-thing that they do at the York Fairgrounds where they open up one hall and they've got a bunch of sellers in there and you can sort of start spending your money early. We would have gone over there, but we were so tired. There was just no way we were going to do that. Maybe we'll try to do it next year. So anyway, the halls open up today at noon, and on Thursday it's just for TCA members. On Friday and Saturday it's open to the public. So like I said, we're going to go get breakfast at the Round the Clock Diner in just a few minutes, and then we'll come back to the hotel for a little bit, and then we'll head over to the York Fairgrounds for our first day of York. I went with the country fried steak, breakfast of champions, and Lisa got the build your own omelet. How is it?
Delicious.
Okay. York Fairgrounds. It's the Orange Hall. That's where we're going to go first. So we're inside the Orange Hall. Lots of stuff going on. Okay, so I'm trying to decide here. Trying to decide between the Western Maryland Hagerstown Hot Shot set, the Norfolk Southern, I don't know what set that is, but I think it's the anniversary set or something like that. And then there's also the Hustle Muscle set way over there.
Pardon me.
So, decisions. Nice set, $7.75. All right, so here is the first haul on day one of York. So this is the MTH EF3 electric set. It's a set of 3 that run together. It's a really cool set. You don't see them for sale on eBay very often, so that's why I decided to get it here. And I got this from Vince's Trains. He was listing it for $9.95, and I was able to get it for $900, which I thought was a pretty good deal. These originally went for about $1,400. So really excited about this. This is a Milwaukee Road, and I'll do a video on this later, but yeah, real excited about that. I also picked up this in the orange haul, and I got a real deal on her. She's a keeper. She's a kid way out. Kids to ride the trains. TCA stuff over there. It's a slow-moving train. Concessions.
Any of those 2 tracks?
There's one of the 284s. All right, so it is now about 5 o'clock p.m. on the first day, and the member halls are about to close for the day, and we're done for the day. We're gonna go grab some dinner and then head back to the hotel. So we picked up a few more things. I got 3 things of smoke fluid from JT's Mega Steam. I got pumpkin pie, which I've never had before, root beer, which I've had before but I was out of, and wood stove, which I've had before but I was out of, and I like all 3 of those. And then Lisa picked up a couple cars in the blue hall. She got a CSX pickup truck, and we also got a Hummer. And then she picked up this for her dad because her dad was asking for one of these. This is a Lionel 1666. I think it was made in 1946, somewhere around there. So we got the locomotive and then the tender over here. They wanted 75 for it. We offered 65 and they were fine with that. And then finally, from the blue hall, there was a company making these test track pieces, and I got one of them finally. I've been wanting to get one for years. So it's a test track. It's got rollers on it. You can move the rollers around, and that way you can run a locomotive in place if you need to test it. And also I'm going to use it for some shots in videos when I do reviews and stuff. So really cool. This was $175. This is the 36-inch length piece, and really excited about this. You'll see this in future videos. Kind of stuck in traffic here on the way back towards the hotel. We're gonna eat for dinner, surprise surprise, the round the clock diner. So Lisa's busy looking at the menu right now, trying to decide what she wants. I have no idea what I'm gonna get. I might get the crab cakes or maybe a burger and fries. We'll see what happens when we get there, but yep, even in York they got traffic. So Lisa's decided to get a burger, and I'm gonna get the, where are they? I'm gonna try the crab cakes, I think, and we'll see how those do. what it looks like in here. It's a really cool place. Great food. I know this may sound silly, but I've never had a pickled egg, and they have them on the menu, and she brought me one for free just to try it. So we're gonna give it a try. All right, here we go.
What are you thinking?
It's good.
You like it?
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
I love them.
Yeah. And Lisa's trying the chili for the first time. Good chili? All right, so there's Lisa's burger. Lisa's gluten-free, so she gets a burger without the bun, but she's gonna dump some of the chili onto the burger with the fries and everything. And then coleslaw. I got coleslaw, I got the crab cakes here, and a baked potato. These crab cakes are so good. Who'd have thunk it? You came here to see trains, and it's the Eric's Trains food review. How's your burger doing?
Delicious.
All right, it is Friday morning, day 2 of 3, and we are getting ready, and then we're going to head over to the Round the Clock Diner again for breakfast. Now, this morning we're meeting Peachy from Peachy's Trains and her husband for breakfast. She's got her own Trains YouTube channel. She's also going to be on the YouTube influencer panel with us tomorrow on day 3. If you haven't checked her channel out, check it out. It's called Peachy's Trains. Anyway, after breakfast, we'll head down to the York Fairgrounds for day 2. Now, on day 2, that's typically when I do my biggest purchases, because on day 1, I'm kind of still taking everything in. There's a lot to take in. And the only things I really get on day 1 are things that if someone else got them before I did, I'd be heartbroken. You know, things that might disappear quickly. And also, I might get a few smaller things that I already wanted. But for the most part, the big purchases are done on day 2. And I'd imagine it's like that for most people who go to York. And I'd also imagine for most people, day 3 is the lightest day of purchasing because, well, for one thing, a lot of the good things have already been bought by the last day. But also, a lot of people have already blown their budgets by day 3. But day 3 does have its advantages because whatever hasn't been sold, you can usually get at a pretty good deal because the sellers don't want to pack it up and take it home, and so they're much more willing to wheel and deal on the stuff that's left. So anyway, we're going to grab breakfast, and then we'll head over to the fairgrounds for day 2.
All right, it's breakfast on, what is it, Friday? Friday. Breakfast on Friday morning. And again, we're at the Round the Clock Diner. I think this is our 4th meal here now. 3rd, 4th meal here, yeah. So, and we got some guests. We got Peachy from Peachy's Trains and her husband Zach. And there they are.
Hello.
So we're chilling, having some breakfast. Peachy's got her own channel, Peachy's Trains. You should check it out. So we're gonna finish our breakfast and then head over to York. All right, it's about 9:45 in the morning. We're here for day 2, and we're gonna go in and see what's what. Maybe grab 1 or 2 things that I eyed yesterday that I wanted to sleep on first. So here we go. By the way, this is our rental car. We got a Jeep, and it's a plug-in hybrid Jeep. Kind of cool. There's the plug-in part, and then the fuel tank is back there. It's pretty nice. There's so many trains here. Going back to Brady's Trains, which I think is on the side. Yeah, here's Brady's Trains. So I'm going to stop here and see what they have. So Brady's has this over here, and then all this stuff over here. Oh, they got the Western Maryland set. Let's see how much they want for it. I've been looking at this set. I was looking at it at Grabowski's. They wanted $1,300 for it, so we'll see what Brady's wants for it. Oh, and here's the Rocket set. Something else I was thinking about getting, even though it's very expensive. Here's John Brady of Brady's Trains, and
I'm meeting the famous Eric Siegel.
and he gave me a good deal on the that Western Maryland Hot Shot set, so we're gonna get it here, and
I'm great. Very grateful.
it'll be
Thank
great.
you.
So
Thank you.
thanks a lot. All right, we just left Brady's, and that was a lot of fun. There were a lot of Eric's Trains fans there. That was really humbling and very fun to meet all those folks. And I ended up getting the Western Maryland Hagerstown Hot Shot set for what I think was a good price. I saw it at Grabowski's yesterday, as you saw. They wanted $1,300 for it, and I asked Brady if he could do any better, and he gave it to me for $1,250. So I think I got a good deal on it. The original retail price on this set was right at $1,600. So I think that was a good price. I'm really happy to finally have this set. And of course, I will be doing a video on it as soon as possible. So yeah, really cool. Brady's had a whole bunch of cool trains there. It was kind of hard not to get swept up and get other stuff, but super excited about the Hagerstown Hot Shot set. And we're gonna take a little break here and then go back in and see what else presents itself. This whole station is cool. We got different trains running a day. We got a Santa Fe. Oh, now it stopped. Oh, there it goes. So I have to say I'm very disappointed in York this year. It's a tragedy. Every year I've come to York, they have a series of food trucks out in front of the Orange Hall, and every year they've had a crab cake truck that has like the best crab cake sandwiches in the world, and they're not here this year. And I am very upset. I think I'm gonna sue. I'm gonna go talk to the people organizing York and say, I want to talk about these crab cake sandwiches. Where are they? Because they were really good. I forget what they were called. It was called like Sherry's crab cakes or something like that. And they've been here every year, and they're not here this year. So that's the biggest letdown of York 2023. That's the big glitch, is there's no crab cake food truck. So anyway, we're heading over to the Memorial Hall, which has the blue and silver halls, which is sort of the private vendors just selling stuff on tables. And we're going there to check out a few things that we saw yesterday that we wanted to think about. There's a white transformer from the Lionel Girl set from the 1950s. It's one of the few Lionel transformers that I do not have in my transformer collection. And they're pretty expensive usually. And they've got one in there that was marked at $175, I think. And if it's still there, we might see if we can get a good deal on it. And then there's a couple other things we want to check out too. So going into the blue and silver halls. So silver hall and blue hall over there. And we're going to go to the silver hall first. All right, so now we're leaving the blue and silver halls. Unfortunately, they don't allow photography in there for some weird reason. So I couldn't show anything, but we did get a transformer that I'll show you in a minute, and a caboose as well that I'll show you in just a minute. All right, we're in the back of the Jeep again. So when we were in the Orange Hall, we picked up some additional shelving from Glenn Snyder Display Systems. It's been a while since they had this in stock, and it was nice to see them back at it. So I picked up 3 6-foot lengths of O-gauge shelving from them, and I'll put this on the wall when I get home. Then in the blue hall, we got this New York Central caboose. This is a Lionel New York Central caboose, but what makes it special is that it's all die-cast metal. So it's really heavy. It's beautiful. These were made in 2001, and it's gorgeous. So we got that, paid $100 for it. And then in the silver hall, Lisa got this for me because I have a transformer collection. This is one of the few that I don't have. This is the 1043-500 from the Lionel Girls set, the infamous Girls set. And these are not hard to find, but they're usually pretty expensive, especially if the cord is in good shape. They'll usually go for $300, $400, $500. This one's in pretty good shape. The cord is not in good shape. but we got it anyway, and we got it for a decent price. I think we paid $120 for it, so I thought that was a good deal as well. So I can finally cross the 1043-500 off of my to get list on my Transformer collection. So here's MTH. There's Rich Foster. I talked to him earlier. So hey, Rich.
How's it going?
And there's Glenn Snyder, where I bought the shelves from. Right now we're heading back to Mr. Muffins. Muffins is in the back corner, so way back there. Probably also get some train shirts while we're here. I got a Frisco shirt last year at York, and I spilled something on it and stained it, so it's ruined. So I got to get a new one. I'm going to stop at the Ross booth here because I need a new Ross switch to replace one of my Atlas switches that broke. So this is Steve. He runs Ross.
How's my hair, Eric?
Looks good. Looks great. Hey, can you look up?
I still have hair.
I bought a switch from you here last year, and I need another one, and I can't remember what size it was. You can't look it up, can you? By chance?
Yeah, sure. That's a number 101.
Okay, now I need a right-hand version of that.
Okay. You want to order one of those?
Yeah. You don't have any stock, do you?
Not a one.
Okay, yeah, I'll just order one.
Yeah, we're swamped.
Cool. All right, so I ordered my switch from Steve. It's a number 100M. They're not in stock, but they'll ship it when they build it, which will be in a few weeks. And get that taken care of because I've got to replace 2 switches, and I want to replace them before the open house. So that'll go towards that. There's a Ross turntable. Several Ross turntables. Millhouse River has a booth here too. This is the guy who weathers all the cars. We got 2 cars from him last year, and he does spectacular work. You like that one? Lisa likes that one. So they have so many cool weathered cars. This one's cool, this B&M one. This one's really cool, this Evans. Wow. Only I could weather this good. I'm a rank amateur compared to what this guy does. And there's one that's not weathered at all. This one's cool. That's a jewel one. I like the ones with the, because the thing I can't do very well yet is rust. And so that's why the ones that I'm drawn to are the ones that have the rust up on top. Like that one and this one.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
I bought one last year.
Yeah, we
I've been where I want it.
we get one like every 1 or 2 every year. Just add them to the collection. Okay, so Lisa has decided we're gonna get the Evans one, just because it's got that cool rust on top. And it just looks amazing. So thank you, Lisa. This one here is super cool. Look at that. It's amazing looking. I might have to get that one. All right, we ended up getting both of them. We got the Evans and the Continental Grain. These are going to look great on the layout. So we're at Mr. Muffins now, and we're getting checked out. And we just bought 2 of these custom-run DMIR SD24s. Really beautiful. And we got both road numbers, so this will be cool. Lisa's a big DMIR fan, so she's been on the lookout for DMIR stuff. We were deciding between the Atlas over there. What is that?
An RSD Alco RSD 7/15.
Okay, RSD 7/15.
Yep.
Or the PS3 SD24s, and we went with the SD24s because I think this stuff up here is really cool looking. So there we go. All right, so now I'm at the Atlas booth. And we got Ross and Matthew.
Yes, sir.
Yep, they're doing the Atlas booth, and we've been talking about all the stuff they're bringing out. So these are the new wagon top box cars that are about to come out. And these are X-Weaver? Yeah, and these are going to be awesome. So these are going to be great. Yeah. And I got some good news earlier. through the grapevine. The auto carriers that have been so popular, I got all 20 of the ones they made in the first run, but they're going to do another run apparently with some additional road names. I heard you guys are doing the Beaver, like the Canadian.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
Canadian Beaver on the superstructure. Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be
That one's
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, so
NSF comes back. TTX, CSX.
that's
CSX
awesome.
boxcar.
Yep.
So it's all different road names for
All
the
different,
second run?
yeah,
Yeah.
new road names.
Is it all in the
Yeah.
catalog?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Yeah, so this is catalog just came out yesterday, so they've got SD45s. And let's see here. They're doing the F. Are you doing another run of the F40s?
Yep.
Those have been really cool. Those are great. Oh yeah,
Taking a lot of attention.
my girlfriend's in love with the Jersey Transit
Yep.
one.
We're doing Metro Heavy this time.
That's cool.
We're doing a
Oh wow.
tooling, like a paint scheme spot with Mike on those.
So are these Superliners? What are these?
Those are Puma standard gallery cars.
Wow, that is incredible. And they're doing some center flow hoppers and some high cube box cars, really nice. I always love the MTH ones, and so it's going to be nice to see these. One thing I like about the way that Atlas has done the MTH stuff is that you guys have changed as little as possible, because why?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it's
it
good.
works. Why
They're
would
good
you-
already,
yeah,
so it's
yeah.
like, why mess with something that already works? You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And so really the only thing that's changed is the stamp on the bottom and the box, so, which is great.
Occasionally, we like to improve colors if we can.
Would you do what? Oh, the colors?
Yeah.
yeah.
Like TTX colors, you know, we got from our HO and S scale models. They're very demanding modelers, so we made sure that's right. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There's your Gundersons.
Oh, there they are. So we're gonna, the BNSFs again. And then Canadian National. Got the CP Beaver, CSX, and TTX.
They're gonna go just as fast as the other ones before, so get your pre-orders in.
Yeah, those things, they flew off the shelves. They were so hard to get. And then we got some hoppers, and then just accessories and stuff. Do you know when the I know everyone's. We're doing some cabooses too.
Yep, they match the SD45s.
Oh, nice. Sweet. Has everybody been asking when the new TIU and everything are coming out?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
fall time. Yes.
So
Is there any estimate on that yet, or
spring.
Spring? Okay, cool.
Springtime, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's excited for that.
Yeah,
'cause Has the Wi-Fi accessory built into
That's
it.
pretty awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you gonna make the handheld remote too?
No, that's discontinued.
Yeah.
Okay,
Discontinued,
just
yeah.
the Wi-Fi. Seems like everything's going towards the phone anyway.
That's how it's
Yep.
going.
So yeah,
DCS guru.
there's some more of this stuff. So yeah, I've talked about how Atlas is really detailed in their models, and the reason is because they're used to making HO and N, where you can't get away with doing something half-baked. And so it translates to their O, where you get really some of the most detailed, accurate models in O with Atlas. And so
Yeah. True scaling.
yeah,
That's, what,
that's always the fun thing about them,
good
you know.
Full size, no shorties.
Yep.
No
Yep.
shorties.
I'm doing a video about getting all 20 of the auto carriers called Down the Rabbit Hole with the Atlas auto carriers, because those things, tracking down all 20 was a chore. But these things are just so incredible. They weigh about 3 pounds, a little over 3 pounds each. So they're amazing. And is this the SD70?
Yes, the SD70 AC.
And when are those? You said November, December?
Yeah, the late November, early December, and then we'll have the rest either later in December or early January.
Awesome, man.
Eric, what'd you do? Join the army?
I know it. Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yep.
And I'll talk to you later, okay? So we got out of York to go back to the hotel, and there was a nail in our tire, and it was leaking air. So now we're at a local repair shop getting the tire plugged real quick. So it's time for a late lunch / early dinner, and guess where we are once again. So we're going with something a little different this time. I got some clam strips with tartar sauce and cocktail sauce. Let's give it a try. Down the hatch. They're pretty good, actually. And then for Lisa's entree, she got a corned beef sandwich, but without the sandwich. So it's just a bunch of corned beef with French fries. because she has to do the gluten-free thing. All right, so we're back at the hotel, and it's evening now, and we're about to head out to Chris Montagna's house. He lives about 30 or 40 minutes from York, and we're all going over there to hang out and run some trains. We're about to get in the car, and we'll be there in just a little bit.
All right, it is Saturday morning, day 3 of York. You know, I think I've shaken about 5,000 hands at this point, and I'm starting to get a little tickle in my throat despite having used hand sanitizer and all that kind of stuff, and so I think I might be getting sick or something. But anyway, day 3, I'm not going to do a whole lot of purchasing today, maybe a couple small items. The main event for day 3 is going to be the YouTube influencer panel that we're doing in the Veranda Hall at York. So this should be pretty cool. It'll be myself, Chris, RBP Trains, Chris Trains and Things, Jason Stuckert, and Peachy from Peachy's Trains. So I don't know how many people are going to show up. There might be 10 people, there might be 300 people, we don't know. There were a lot of people last year. It was standing room only. In fact, that's the reason they moved us from the Orange Hall to the Veranda Hall, was because last year it was so crowded in the conference room of the Orange Hall. So we're hoping for a big turnout, but we'll see what happens.
Last time we've done this, it's kind of just been a Q&A. We'll kind of start off at the far end with Chris and kind of work our way down and just kind of an introduction and what we do within social media, and then go from there. And I'll let some of the other folks here kind of run the conversation, and we'll definitely answer questions and things like that. So Chris, you want to kind of start off? What do you do?
Yeah. So hi, my name's Chris. I do trains on YouTube. Started around 2021, and did trains all my life. Right, that was always something I did in the shadows or around Christmas time. And then when the pandemic happened, I had all the space in my basement, and finally convinced my wife. I was like, hey, rather than waiting until the kids are grown and moved out and I'm retired, could we do it now?
All right, so I'm Peachy from Peachy's Trains. I'm probably the newest into the hobby, I think. This is my first York, so it's very exciting. I started with trains. Thank you. Thank you.
Great to have you.
Thank you.
I'm Eric Siegel. I've got a YouTube channel, Eric's Trains. I'm probably one of the oldest YouTubers here. I've been doing it for a long time. I started my channel back in 2006. Well, I got into trains when I was a kid because my dad had some post-war trains. When I had my own son, like a lot of people, that kind of reignited the fire.
All right, good morning. My name's Jason Stuckert. I have a YouTube channel called JD Stucks or Jason's O-Gauge Trains. Kind of similar to Eric, I've been doing it since 2009 is when I started, and similar, when I was a kid, I played with my dad's post-war train, and as I grew up, a lot of my friends grew out of trains, like most people do in their teenage or college years, and That's something I guess was wrong with me, and I just continuously took it to the next level.
My name is Chris Montagna. I run the Chris's Trains and Things YouTube channel. Started as a kid, but I fell out of the hobby in high school and college. Got back in it in 2015, and then decided after I had the layout built and was running trains that I thought, what the heck, let's start a YouTube channel too. And if someone can learn something from what I'm doing, then I'm helping the hobby out, and it's kind of taken off since then.
All right, so we are basically done with York. We just got finished going through the Orange Hall one more time. We got a couple of Artista figures that I'll show you in just a little bit. The panel was a ton of fun, and like I said, I will be uploading a video of that to YouTube, so you can check it out as soon as that's up. Right now, we're about to grab a lunch, and for a change, we're not going to the diner. This is the first meal that we've had that hasn't been at the diner. We are at Noodles and Company. This is a place that Lisa likes, and we don't have them in Atlanta. And she said, well, when we go to York, we need to go to Noodles and Company one time. So we're gonna go in and have some noodles and then head back to the hotel. So Lisa's having the zoodles, the zucchini noodles with tomato sauce.
Yes, they're delicious.
Pretty fun. And I'm having it's a chicken and pesto pasta thing. It's really good. All right, I'm back home. York is finished. That was so much fun. Actually, York finished about a week and a half ago, and both Lisa and I did end up getting sick toward the end of York, and so I was pretty much down and out for almost a week. I lost my voice for several days, and I just felt like crud the whole week. And so I finally ended up going to the doctor and getting some meds. And so now I'm back, strong as bull and ready to go. We did end up getting a couple more things on the last day of York. Actually, we got 2 figures from Artista. We got a Sasquatch and a big moose. And the main reason we got those 2 figures is because I've been wanting to do sort of a scavenger hunt on my layout whenever I have my open house. The open house is coming up in a few weeks, and so I thought it would be cool to have maybe 5 or 10 things on a list for kids that they can look for and try to find on the layout while they're here, and the Sasquatch and the moose will play into that. Anyway, so as you saw, I got a bunch of stuff at York. I will be reviewing all of those trains, and a whole bunch of new stuff just came in from Lionel. So I've got a mountain of new trains to do videos for, and I will be getting those out over the next couple months. And I've also got some non-review videos coming as well. So there is tons of content coming in the next couple months. Quite honestly, I could probably do a new video every day, 7 days a week for the next couple months and still not run out of content. So yeah, all sorts of stuff in the works right now. Keep an eye out for all of it. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. I'm Eric Siegel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.